Hello everyone. We are going to start with new topic. This topic belongs to class 9, chapter 5, cell, the fundamental unit of life. Cell is a fundamental unit of life. Two type of cells are there, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Initially we'll start with the prokaryotic. Pro, it means primitive, and karyo word came from the Latin language which means nucleus. It means the nucleus is primitive, it is not well developed nucleus is there. So prokaryotic cells are those cells where nucleus is not developed, it is primitive, right? So here we'll see the structure of the prokaryotic cell. Please try to understand. Here in that the circular body is there which is having fragments like structures. So these fragment thread like structures are called flagellum. Inside this we have one name, that is plasmid. Please try to understand this term plasmid. Plasmid means chunk of DNA. It means deoxyribose nucleic acid, which is acting as a genetic material. It is found in a form of chunk, in a form of piece. So piece of DNA, chunk of DNA is called what? Plasmid. Here DNA strand in nucleoid. Might it is new word for you. Nucleoid. Nucleoid stands for where the nucleus is not developed. As before only we told about that prokaryotic. Pro stands for primitive. Karyo means nucleus. So it means where nucleus is not developed, that is called nucleoid. Then ribosome is there. Ribosome is a kind of cell organelle. Cytosol, it's a fluid which is found in the cell. And then we'll see the coated, the body is coated with a hard cover. This is called capsule and cell wall. Inside we have plasma membrane as well, and on the body finger like projections are there, or finger like hair like structures are there in that, so that is called fimbriae. So this is the structure of the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells features are there. They are very minute in size. It means we can say they are very small in size. Nuclear region not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So if we'll see the nuclear region, it is not enveloped. The nucleus, basically they don't have proper nucleus. So they have what? They have nucleoid where the nucleus is not developed. So meaning of nucleoid, where the nucleus is not developed, that is called nucleoid, and it is not surrounded by any membrane. Single chromosomes are present over there. Nucleolus is absent. Inside there is no nucleolus, even their nucleus is not developed, they have nucleoid. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent, and cell division by fission or budding, or cell division by fission or budding. Fission where the cell split into two cells, it is called binary, and more than two cell it will be multiple fission, and where the simple outgrowth is coming and it is growing into new body, that is called budding. So these are the features of prokaryotic cell. Now next, here we are having examples of prokaryotic. They will be of course unicellular organism. They will be bacteria, blue green bacteria. We can call cyanobacteria also to blue green bacteria, archaebacteria. These are the ancestors of bacteria, etc. are the examples of prokaryotic. And next cell which is standing comparatively to the prokaryotic, that is eukaryotic. So first we'll try to understand the meaning of eukaryotic. Eukaryotic, U stands for true. Karyo, again the similar meaning will be there, that is nucleus. So where the true nucleus is there, it means nucleus is developed. So in this cell somewhere we'll talk about the nucleus. Where the nucleus is developed, that is eukaryotic. Where the nucleus is not developed, that is prokaryotic. So if nucleus is not developed, that is called nucleoid. If nucleus is developed, it is coming under eukaryotic cell. Please try to understand this concept. It is one of the basic concept of the cell. Okay. Further we'll talk about the eukaryotic cells. If we'll see eukaryotic cell, it might look little complex to you, but one by one we will take each and every cell organelle in that. So here you will see the rectangular boxes there in the eukaryotic cell. As we are saying true, eukaryonucleus. It means they are having true nucleus. Their body is surrounded by many more cell organelles are there, right? So let's discuss with their cell organelles. The first is plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata, plasmo stands for a thin membrane and desmatas are the pores. So these are the pores which are the channels connect to the plant cell. It means these are the pores which connect to the neighbor cell. Next is coming cell wall, not a new word for you, maintains cell shape. Then plasma membrane, or we can call cell membrane as well. The fluid in the cell is called cytoplasm. Then inside a big structure is there, that is vacuole, and it is filled with the fluid. This fluid is called cell sap. It is having mixture of protein, amino acids and all, and it is large in size, so it is helping in maintaining pressure against cell wall. If something is pressurizing to the cell, so that time it is helping to maintain the structure, vacuole. Well, next is coming cytoskeleton. Cyto stands for cell and skeleton. It's a kind of structure which provide rigidity or turgidity, or we can call which give a proper structure to the cell, right? Then chloroplast, not a new word for you. These are the sites of the photosynthesis. Of course, if we talk about chloroplast, so it will be the part of plant cell. Plastids, which stores pigment. We further will discuss about the plastid and the classification of the plastids. Here you have to learn plastids basically are the pigments which store, these are the storing pigments. Then peroxisomes, which are helping to generate energy. Then mitochondria, it's an energy house of the cell. Golgi apparatus, it is the storing house of the cell. Then ribosomes are there. This pink color structure which is denoted by the nucleus, there you will observe this nucleus is proper nucleus, that is true nucleus, and it is bounded with the nuclear membrane. It is surrounded with the nuclear membrane, right? So this violet colored structure, I thought I said pink, I'm sorry, it is violet colored structure is called what? Nucleus, and it is bounded with the membrane which is called nuclear membrane. Now inside, if you will see in the nucleus, thread like structures are there, right? So these thread like structures are called chromatin, and in nucleus only more violet color structure is there, which is the accumulation of RNA. You might have heard about DNA, but here we have RNA also, right? So in nucleus only DNA and RNA, which they both are called genetic material, they both are present in nucleus, but DNA is present in the center portion of the nucleus, and in one partial part is containing RNA, and this partial part is called nucleolus, right? Next is coming endoplasmic reticulum. Furtherly, we will discuss about each and every function of each and every cell organelle. Here we are just having a rough idea about that. So endoplasmic reticulum, you will see the nucleus is surrounded by the network, right? Endo means internal, plasmic it is fluid, and reticulum is network. So inside, nucleus is surrounded with the plasmic internal plasmic network is there, right? So this is called endoplasmic reticulum. On the basis of surfaces, it is divided into two parts, smooth and rough. Furtherly, we'll discuss about types, their functions and all. So in this way, eukaryotic cell is complex. Their all cell organelles are present in a proper form, and they are bounded with the membrane. Here true nucleus is there. In the nucleus, thread-like structures are called chromatin. Inside there is an accumulation of RNA. This RNA accumulation portion is called nucleolus. Now the examples of the eukaryotic cells, like we can say they are multicellular. It means they are made up of more than one cell, right? Because that is developed cell, they are having developed nucleus, so they are dividing. And examples of eukaryotic cells, we can say animal cells, plant cell. This diagram which we have discussed in previous slide, that was of plant cell. Furtherly, we'll proceed with animal cell and plant cell as well, fungi cells, etc. So the organism basically they are multicellular, right? And they are coming under eukaryotic cells. Few unicellular cells are also eukaryotic. Here you have to here you have to compare prokaryotic and eukaryotic on the basis of the nucleus and cell organelle. Please try to remember this point. Okay, next, here is a slide where we will compare. So let's compare prokaryotic to eukaryotic. Here we are having competition between prokaryotic versus eukaryotic. So you might have idea which will be prokaryotic and which will be eukaryotic. So let's see. The first diagram belongs to prokaryotic and second diagram belongs to eukaryotic. So you will see prokaryotic figure where the nucleus is not present over there, but when you will compare with eukaryotic, proper nucleus structure is there with the nucleolus. If you will see the structure, the prokaryotic structure is round and they are having flagella like structures are there, but when we talk about eukaryotic, we don't have this structure in that. In few cases we have flagella, but we are taking some common points. Then we talk about DNA strand and plasmids. So they have just a piece, a single strand DNAs are there, right? So single strand DNA, it means DNA is a deoxyribose nucleic acid where the structure of DNA is a double helix. But in prokaryotic, in first diagram, single strand DNA will be there, but in second diagram, in eukaryotic, double strand DNA will be there. There they have plasmid, they are having pieces of DNA. We don't have plasmid like structure because we have well developed DNA. Then capsule like structure is there and cell wall is there, plasma membrane. That plasma membrane we also have. When we talk about cell wall, in plant cell wall will be present, but in animal cell wall will be absent. So fimbriae will be there, we don't have fimbriae like structure is there. Few common cell organelle will be there, but it would be better, let's talk about the comparison. So I hope I have cleared out with the prokaryotic and eukaryotic